Vision Forward's In Focus team presents.
Hi, this is Luke Scriven here at Vision Forward. Welcome to another In Focus Tech Talk. So now let's talk about field of view, which has got the largest field of view. Field of view is important because the larger it is, the more we can see at the same time, so the easier the device is to use. So we'll start off with the eSight. We're going to put this on, and we're going to take a look at minimum magnification, and we'll see how wide a field we are able to see. And then we shall do the same with the other devices as well. And we're just trying to get an idea of which one we can see the most with at the minimum magnification. Now, obviously, when you zoom in with any of these devices, the field of view is going to reduce. That's just an inevitable side effect of magnification. And so that's worth bearing in mind. eSight can magnify up to 24 times, which is more than the other devices. So at that magnification, we will have, a very small field of view. And that's why we're going to use the lowest magnification. That should give us a good idea in general of which device has got the best field of view. So I've got on the eSight. Okay, so at the moment I'm looking. Okay, so I'm at the minimum magnification and I can see. I'm going to use my hands here to try and give you an idea from this hand to this hand. That's my field of view. Okay. So, and what I can see in the finder here is the edge of a chair and just about the edge of the microphone stand. Okay, this might not be the most scientific test, but we're going to do our best here. Okay, now for the IrisVision. I think this one's going to have the best field of view, but let's find out. So we've got the IrisVision on. We're at the minimum magnification. Definitely a much wider field of view. We're from here to here. This is our field of view. I'm not sure if you're able to tell the difference there, but essentially, I would say, I'm going to say I've got at least 1.5 times what I had with the eSight, possibly up to 2 times what I had with the eSight. So yeah, definitely a wider field of view, and that's kind of what I expected. These virtual reality designs, generally you're looking at a wider field of view. That's the big advantage of that particular type of design. Now let's have a look at our Acesight. This one I'm not sure what we're going to get. Probably something similar to the eSight I would have thought, so let's find out. Okay, we are just going to have to turn this on here because apparently it turned itself off at some point, so here we go. We're booting up now. Let's make sure the screens are right in front of our eyes. Okay, and the same test again. Let me just get this adjusted a little bit. Okay, so same test again. We got from, see, here to here. It's actually a little less than the eSight. Yeah, it's comparable, but it's a little less than the eSight. Let's just make sure we're on the minimum magnification here. Yes, we were. Yeah. Okay. Interesting test. So the Acesight and the eSight pretty similar, but the eSight is slightly bigger than the Acesight, and the IrisVision was much bigger than both of those. So field of view wise, definitely IrisVision is going to be the way to go. Now, obviously, as I said, as you zoom in, the field of view is going to reduce with all of them. But if you're starting with a wider field of view, then you're still going to have a wider field of view as you zoom in compared to the other ones. So if you're looking for field of view, then I think the IrisVision is going to be the way to go. Okay, finally onto the quality of the image, and again, this is all subjective, so I'm going to tell you my opinions on the quality of the image. We'll start off with good light conditions, which we have at the moment, and also with no magnification, and then let's say 5 times magnification. So we'll start off with the eSight here. Let's see what we got here. Let's get this on. Okay, so we are at the moment at 0 magnification. Image quality, okay, takes a second to focus. Now it's focused, excellent image quality. There's no lag, nice bright vivid colors, really clear. It looks great. But the focusing issue keeps popping up even at this magnification. If I move my head, it kind of takes a second to focus. Doesn't always do a great job. Let's zoom up here to 5 times. Again, the focusing is a big issue here. It's kind of flipping in and out of focus. When it is in focus, it looks good. Not too much pixelation, although a little bit of graininess. But yeah, really the focusing makes it very difficult. Because with if you're trying to look at something in detail and it keeps going in and out of focus, that's going to cause a big problem. Okay, let's take a look at the IrisVision. Okay, all right. The quality of the image, we're at 1 times magnification. The quality of the image is not as good as the eSight. You can tell it's more pixelated, not horribly so, but it's just not quite there in terms of sharpness. But that's okay. We do have a much better field of view, as I'd said before. See if we can zoom into 5 times here, 5 times. Yeah, I can definitely tell that we still have a wider field of view at 5 times magnification compared to eSight. Image quality, I actually think it's better than the eSights at 5 times magnification. It seems like there's less pixelization, no focusing issues at all, like everything is super in focus. Yeah, just generally things look clearer, I think. So that's quite impressive. It's not as good a picture quality to begin with, maybe, but as you zoom in, I actually think that IrisVision does a better job, which is interesting. Now there is a little bit of image lag with the IrisVision. It wasn't super noticeable then, but there is some there to some extent. So if you're particularly sensitive to that, then that could be an issue for you. Okay, now let's try out our eSight here. See if we can, there we go. Okay, so eSight, 1 times magnification, excellent image quality, absolutely no image lag at all. It's very sharp and fast refresh rate there, so that's one of the things I really like about this device. The colors are not quite as vivid. The color reproduction isn't as good, I don't think, but in terms of sharpness and everything, yeah, looking good. Now this one we don't actually have any displayed magnification levels, so we're going to have to guesstimate our 5 times. Again, not the most scientific test ever, but I think we're about there. We got some fuzziness. Yeah, the lines are not as sharp. It's not that they're not focused, is it? Let's have a look. Yeah, I think just things, they're in focus, but they look a little bit fuzzier. But there's less pixelization, interestingly, so that's a bit of a contradiction maybe, but yeah, things look a bit softer somehow. Yeah, they look a bit softer, but there's less pixelization, and yeah, there's no focusing issues, or maybe slight focusing issues if you move your head fast. Yeah, but overall, not too bad. I think probably the eSight has got the best image at 1 times magnification, but at 5 times, IrisVision and Acesight are both around the best, around, comparable, whereas the eSight really isn't that great, unfortunately, because of the focusing issues that it has. My favorite there is probably IrisVision, just because there was absolutely no focusing issues at 5 times magnification, and things looked really good without too much pixelization. So that's that in good light conditions. Now we're going to segue into darker conditions and see how they perform there. Okay, so now we have turned off all the lights. Hopefully you're able to see me still. It's got a little bit dark in here, but let's see how these guys perform in these conditions. So we'll start off with the eSight again. Keeps on telling me it has low battery, so hopefully it's going to survive our last test here. Okay, so yeah, so we're definitely experiencing some focusing issues again. We're at 1 times magnification. It definitely does brighten things up though, so it's compensating for, the lack of light here. Oops, which is nice. Let's zoom into 5 times again. And again, we're just running into those focusing issues, possibly even exacerbated by the low light conditions. And yeah, it's not super usable, very grainy. Yeah, I don't think I could use this. Bearing in mind I am sighted, but I don't think I could use this. It's not super usable. So possibly a no with that one. Let's try this one here. This is our IrisVision again. We'll put this one on.
Scene.
Okay. Whoa, okay. All right, this is doing a fantastic job at compensating for the lack of light. In fact, it looks like the lights are turned on. Like, yeah, it's doing a great job of making everything much brighter, which is fantastic. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit here to 5 times. Yeah, and again, you can tell the lights are off to the extent that things are definitely more pixelated when the lights are off. Yeah, the image is not as clear, but it's really doing a fantastic job of compensating for the lack of light and making everything much brighter, which is really cool. So good job to IrisVision there. I think that would be perfectly usable in low light conditions. Now let's try our eSight with our same test here. And the eSight, okay, let's zoom out here. Okay, so at 1 times magnification, there's a weird film across everything. That's the best way I can put it. Yeah, it looks almost like there's a piece of fabric hanging over the front of the camera, which is really weird. Let's zoom up to our guesstimated 5 times here. Oh yeah, a lot, really quite bad image pixelization, like a lot of flashing and like bits of white, again, like almost like there's some fabric over the camera. Not such a pretty sight, I'm afraid, with that one. So for our low light test, clear victor is the IrisVision. eSight did a better job, except for its focusing issues, but I mean, I kind of made it unusable. The eSight was kind of horrible, to be honest with you, so I think that's unusable as well. So I guess if you want low light conditions, then out of these 3, IrisVision is the way to go. Well, thank you all for watching this video. We've taken a look at 3 great wearables and hopefully figured out something about the pros and cons of each of them. Now, I think these are all great devices, but what our test shows is that, you know, some of them do some things better and some of them do other things better, and that's perfectly understandable. And so what you have to do is figure out, you know, what your priorities are, and then, you know, try things out from there. And the important thing is, of course, try the device out before you purchase it. That's the same for any assistive technology. It might sound great on paper, but until you've tried it for yourself, then you know, you really can't judge that. So I've given you my personal opinions on these devices, and hopefully that's been somewhat useful for you to start making, you know, some kind of decisions for yourself and hopefully trying some things out. Anyway, that's enough from me. If you enjoyed the video, then please do like the video and do subscribe to the channel. We have new videos every Friday. And if you want to get in touch with us to ask us about assistive technology or basically anything else that you want, you can either call us 414-615-0103. You could email infocus@vision-forward.org, or you could visit our website, vision-forward.org. And if you do like the content that we produce, do be aware we do a live tech demo every other Thursday, and that's our Tech Talk live event. And so please do check that out, and you can see us trying out some products live and hopefully finding that they work well, or maybe finding that they don't work very well at all. So tune in, and we look forward to seeing you next time.